Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So we're starting off the front page review with The Nation. Major headline. Services, petrol refining sectors propel GDP growth to 3.84%. This is the fastest growth rate in 3 years, says Edu. In other news, reconciliation, inclusivity for new members top APC's NEC agenda. President hosts national caucus. 1.5 million candidates register for UTME, exams to hold April 25th. Natasha sues Akpabio others for 100.3 billion naira. Kogi Senator faces ethics panel. Attacks on APC, Tinubu, Presidency Ribadu Omokri Chide, El Rufai. And FCCPC invites multi-choice CEO over DSTV subscription hike. So what story are we starting with? Teachers jailed for raping pupils. That's another story.
So I have the story for the 1.5 candidates. It's like an announcement though. So they say registration ends by March 8th. They said that so far they have 1.5 million students have registered for the UTME, and the examination is expected to start on April 25th. They said this notice is particularly important given the recent decline in the number of candidates registering for the examination, and they urge all individuals who wish to participate to register promptly and avoid waiting until the last minute, because the board's calendar is fixed with numerous subsequent programs scheduled after registration, including examinations, results management, and admissions exercise. These timelines are coordinated with other agencies whose operations rely on the completion of our processes. So they are now saying that they are not going to extend, so make sure that you go and register. And so in light of this, we strongly encourage candidates to complete their registration as soon as possible, adhering to the established timeline for the 2025 UTME. Everybody should quickly go and register because they don't plan to extend.
And they've announced it on time now. Yes, so the senator representing Kogi Central on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, that's PDP, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, has sued Senate President Godswill Akpabio for alleged defamation of her character. She filed the suit yesterday at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, through her lawyer, Victor Giwa. So she said, or alleging among others, that Akpabio defamed her by his comments, which were allegedly published by one of his aides in his social media platform. She also went ahead to claim that some of the words the Senate President used on his Facebook page with the title is local content committee of the Senate, Natasha's Birthright, of the Senate, Natasha's Birthright. I said that comment defamed her, and they went ahead to list, the defendants. So Senator Akpabio, the President of the Senate, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and Senate Senior Legislative Aide to the Senate President, that Mfon Patrick, are the defendants. So they said that Akpabio had put her under a series of pressure in distracting her from carrying out her legislative functions in her capacity as a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by removing her from various committees in the Senate, which included international conferences and engagements in her capacity as senator, such that she had to pay personally for her international official trips and hotel bills, among others. Now she's asking the court that they're suing for, I think the court should award the defendant the sum of 100 billion as general damages and 300 million as the cost for prosecuting the case. There was also another place that says some of the Senate members were with her in this, suing that she's doing. But I'm sure we're going to.
I read that they ganged up.
Our hot topic.
That's what God have ganged up for her.
Wow.
What's your own story?
Just as God has ganged up for us too through the FCCPC. So our, the only and most popular multi-choice Nigerians announced their price increments this January, saying that new prices will start from the compact bouquet for the DSTV platform at 19,000, compact plus at 30,000, premium subscription at 44,500, and their GoTV too. Super customers will pay 16,800, while the super ordinary super will pay 11,400, and the tariff goes on like that for Max at 8,500 and that Ginger for 3,900. I know it's go see for that Ginger, but FCCPC now rise to the occasion on our behalf and summoned the Chief Executive Officer of MultiChoice Nigeria to come and explain to it this proposed price increment. And they are exercising their powers under the mandate, under the Section 32, 33 of the FCCPA, which is the Federal Government Agency Act. And they have said that the CEO must attend an investigative hearing at their commission in Abuja. Failure to explain to them why this proposed increment, if they don't provide satisfactory explanation, or if they are found to be violating any fair market principle, or taking advantage of a monopoly, so-called, that they would now be sanctioned with penalties and any other corrective measures to protect us Nigerians. Because I was wondering, when NSC was carrying fight for the telcos, while we are watching, this platform has continuously increased their money. We increased one 2024. We have already started another one in January. It's only them that are buying diesel. Telcos did not buy. But God will help us.
Ramatu, you have a story?
Yes, I already.
Okay, so I wanted to quickly take the story about the petrol influencing and propelling our GDP. The interesting part about this is the impact of one or two businesses in boosting major growth in our GDP. As compared to 2023, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, released a report of our last quarter, and our last quarter shows improvement, and they said it is from services and from petrol refining. Uncle Dangote, well done. Then Agric actually reported less contribution to the GDP, and that is also obvious. Insecurity and the entire process within the agricultural sector needs to get better. When it works, you will see the impact. But the drop in agricultural contribution to GDP is obviously something the government should look into as well.
Manufacturing, no even days.
We know they manufacture anything now. Moving on to the Punch, major headline.
What are you talking about?
We're not manufacturing anything. I mean, everything that you are manufacturing. Why INEC vote can't be accurate, says Jonathan. Ex-president decries ghost voters, regional influence, and 6 electoral reforms. Obasa awaiting ruling before returning to the assembly, says lawyer. Senate back Akpabio as Natasha files 100.3 billion naira defamation suit. And then we have APC dismisses Anti-Ganduje plots as El Rufai absent from NEC meeting. Tax reforms, Senate plans review as customs ASU fault provision. Let's take one story before we go on a break.
Short one. So the lawyer to the House State Speaker of Lagos State, Mudashiru Obasa, Chief Afolabi Fashanu, says that his client would not be resuming at the House of Assembly anytime soon until judgment comes. So they're waiting for the February 28th judgment, which the court had fixed for the next hearing. And until then, he will not come to the House. He said it will amount to an illegal step for him to return to the House pending the decision of the court, which is already decision of the matter, which is already before the court. He also said that there is no plan to withdraw the suit, but his client is also making political move to resolve the issue.
Okay, we'll take a quick break now. When we return, it's not looking, the political handwriting is not looking good for Miranda right now. But who knows what is going to happen? We are all watching. Stay with us and be watching with us. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll continue with Front Page Review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.